Hi, it's Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts, and today I'm going to teach you how to crochet the thermal half double crochet stitch. Once you learn how to crochet the stitch, you'll be able to crochet mitts like this or a coaster like this, perfect for the holiday season. I'm going to take you through the stitch step by step, which is part of the Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along. Once you learn a stitch, you'll be able to crochet both of these patterns, and I'm going to publish one of them for free for the reveal of tomorrow's Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Pattern. Quick reminder, this Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along includes 12 stitches and 12 patterns. However, if you get the ebook that comes with the Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along, you will not only get 12 additional patterns for each stitch, but you will also get the entire collection up front, ad-free and printer-friendly. So you don't have to wait for any of these stitches or patterns to be released. You can get everything in one collection immediately, and the sale ends December 24th of 2024. So take advantage and grab your copy of the ebook right now. See the link down below for the free Mystery Crochet Along event as well as the ebook. Now let's get started on the thermal half double crochet stitch. The thermal half double crochet stitch is just like the name says, it's a thick stitch, great for thermal patterns. So anything that requires some protection from heat. Now, as I said, I made these mitts, which are part of this collection, and they're very nice and thick. Now, I do recommend still adding some kind of thermal layer here on the inside for extra protection, because I cannot recommend this for a certain temperature, although it is made with cotton yarn. Now this little cute coaster is a little thinner, but again, still made with cotton yarn. It doesn't need to be cotton yarn for a coaster, but it does look prettier that way and is probably more durable that way. So for this swatch, you can use any yarn and any hook you like just to get used to the stitch and practice. Make your swatch any size you wish, maybe 2x2, maybe 4x4 or 6x6 inches, whatever you like. Make sure that you post it into the Facebook group Crocheting with Nikki with the corresponding hashtag so we can celebrate you when you do so. So let's get started. I have here a chain of 11, but again, it doesn't matter how much. And we're going to go into each stitch, and I prefer going in the back bump. Trust me, this will be much easier when you do so. Go in the back bump of the chains. So let me remind you, this is the front loop, the back loop, and then if you turn it around, you see the little back bump right there. So start from the second chain from the hook and crochet half double crochet stitches into each chain. The entire row is just half double crochet stitches. We're actually not starting with the thermal crochet part of the stitch until row 2. So for the entire row, just make half double crochet stitches, and then we're going to get started. So let me finish this row and I'll show you how to do the thermal half double crochet stitch. Once you make your very first row, it's going to look like this. We're now going to make a chain of 1. This doesn't count as a stitch or anything. It's just going to help you see where your stitches are. I also recommend you get a couple of stitch markers because it really will help figure out where each stitch is. Specifically the first and last stitch. Those are usually harder to see. So what you're going to do now is you're going to work in half a rows upward, but not in this direction, like literally upward towards you. So we're going to crochet on top of the row that we just made. So it's very important to understand your loops in this case. So let me remind you really quickly, you're going to have here the front loop. So if you're turning this project like this, okay, you're going to have here a front loop, a back loop, and then you have down here a loop. Now, typically it's the leftover front loop you're going to work with, but in the very first row, you're just going to work with those loops right there that you see. So I like to call them parallel loops. So you're going to use here the back loop of the first stitch, for example, and the parallel loop down here. So whatever is the parallel loop. Now don't go in an angle or anything, you're going to miss some stitches in the end. So really make sure you're using the correct one. So after you made your chain of 1, you're going to go through the back loop right here and the parallel loop right here, and you're going to crochet your half double crochet stitches. Now, don't forget, you have to do your yarn over first. Go through the back loop and the parallel loop right here. Once you did so, you're going to make a yarn over, and then you have your 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That's your very first stitch done. Now, I do recommend adding a stitch marker into the top of that stitch so you know where that is, because when you come back around, you're going to need that in the following row. So in the next one, this would be right here. So you need to now look from the top. This will be easier to see. You just use these 2 loops. So now it's going to be these 2 loops that you're going to use. So again, it's the back loop right here of the next stitch and the parallel loop down here that you're going to use. Pull up a loop and then finish it up like a half double crochet. Now let's go into the next one. Again, yarn over, go through the back loop and the parallel loop, yarn over, pull through, and finish it up like a half double crochet stitch. Now I'm going to do this until over here. I'm going to show you the very last stitch because that's typically the hardest one. So let me do a few more stitches and then I'll show you the last one. All right, let's do the last stitch together. So you can see from this angle right here, there is one more stitch to go over here, but that's typically the harder one to find. So this is why I recommend using a stitch marker every time you do the first stitch, so that way it's easier to find. So here we go. We're going to do a yarn over. We're going to look for a stitch for a back loop right here. This is our back loop, and then right down here is the parallel loop. They kind of come together right there because they're separated by only one chain over here. Okay, so they're very close to each other and sometimes hard to see. So right here is the back loop, and then this is the parallel loop. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and now I'm just going to finish it up like a half double crochet. There we go. As you can see right here, I naturally turned already. Like you can see that this is where we actually just worked, but I naturally turned. It just happens for the thermal crochet stitch that you naturally turn around. So you're going to make your chain of 1 now, and now we're going into the next row. So again, this is the front loop and the back loop. So ignore the chain. We're not going to count that as a stitch. It's just there to help us get there. Okay. So front loop, back loop, and now down here, you have to now look for the parallel loop, and that's right here. Now that's the leftover front loop. Remember, we went in the back loop and we left the front loop behind, and that's the one we're using now. Just like when we go in here, we're going into the back loop and the parallel loop, you're going to have the front loop left behind. You're going to use that in the following row. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to go into this stitch now. Keep in mind that this is a little bit shifted because of the half double crochet being that way, right? It has a little bit of a slant to it, so you need to make sure you're going into the right stitch. So if you pull this a little bit, you can see it better. This is your stitch. It's not that one, okay? Although it looks very close to it, it's this one. So yarn over, go into the back loop and the parallel loop right here, yarn over, pull through, and finish it up like a half double crochet stitch, like so. Now make sure to add your stitch marker on top of your stitch because you're going to need to use it here at the very end once you come back around. Okay, so now let's go into the next stitch. So yarn over, you're going to look from here from the top. We just used this stitch, so we're now going to go into this one. So back loop and leftover front loop from the previous row, so or parallel loop, whatever you want to call it. Yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. Let's go into the next stitch. Back loop and parallel front loop, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. So that's how you make your thermal half double crochet stitches, one at a time. Literally go through the back loop and the parallel loop that you see on the bottom, which is the leftover front loop. So let me finish this row right here. I'm going to show you the last stitch so it's easier to see. All right. So right here, you're going to see there's one more stitch left. I just used that one. So right here where my stitch marker is, it'll tell me exactly where I need to go into. In fact, I'm going to leave it hanging there so I know where my stitch is. If I remove it now, I'm going to get confused, right? So move the stitch marker to the side and do your yarn over. And here's your back loop. And then right underneath, as I said, at the very last stitch, they always come a little bit closer together. Right there is your parallel loop. So yarn over and pull through, and then finish it up like a half double crochet stitch. Now at this point, what you can do is take your stitch marker off, and then you're going to make your chain of 1, and then you go into the first stitch, the next row. So here we're going to do again, yarn over, go into the stitch and the parallel stitch, yarn over, pull through, and finish it up like a half double crochet stitch. And again, add your stitch marker right into the very first stitch you made, and then just keep going. And once you do, you're going to be able to crochet these pieces right here, which are the mitts and the coaster. The coaster comes with an extra tutorial that will show you how to use thermal crochet stitches for circles, because you also need to see how to do increases for circles, because otherwise you won't be able to make a circle, right? So this comes with a special extra tutorial to be able to do so. But once you learned how to do the thermal half double crochet stitch, you'll be able to crochet these pieces. How awesome is this? And these ones are pretty much made as rectangles and then sewn together. And then I added this embroidery, or I should just call it cross stitches on top in order to put the word joy on it. It is really just using each individual stitch that you see as one little pixel and then did the cross stitch over. Keep in mind that when you crocheting thermal crochet stitches, you're only going to see like the back side of the stitch. You always have to count both sides. So for example, for our little swatch right here, you can see that we crocheted 1 row over here, but on this side we crocheted 2 rows. So in order to get the full amount, you have to add both sides together, because you probably noticed at this point we're going in a zigzag upward. So in order to get the full amount of rows, you're going to have to add both of them together. So here it would be 1 plus 2, so we just made 3 rows in total. So, and as you're also going to see that when you are crocheting it, you're going to see that the front side of the stitch is kind of hidden on the inside. You're only going to see the back side of the stitch no matter which side you are turning. So that's the case for these pieces as well. You always have the front side of the stitch hidden on the inside, and you're only going to be seeing the back side of the stitch. So the question is now for me to you is, which of these patterns are you going to crochet? If you have the ebook, you can pick either one of them. If you're part of the Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along, you only get access to one of these for free tomorrow. Which one are you hoping it's going to be? Let me know down below. We'd love to know. Remember, you can get the ebook at any time, but the sale for the ebook with the special coupon code expires December 24th, 2024. Otherwise, just be part of the free Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along for 2024, where you're going to get access to 12 stitches and 12 patterns. One of these patterns is always corresponding to the stitch from the previous day. The ebook includes 12 additional patterns. And of course, everything ad-free and printer-friendly. The free version has ads. Whichever one I publish for free on our website with ads, you can also get on Ravelry and Etsy as a PDF. Or in the Crochet Club, ad-free and printer-friendly with over 500 ad-free patterns. And of course, weekly live tutorials, twice a month Zoom get-togethers, and exclusive crochet alongs, and so much more. But the only way to get all 24 patterns is currently in the ebook. So take advantage of the coupon code that expires December 24th, 2024. So be sure to take a picture of your swatch or the pattern that you're going to crochet for this stitch and post it into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki with the corresponding hashtag, so that way we can find and celebrate you. I would love to know if you're enjoying this event as well as this stitch, and if you have learned a lot so far. Be sure to leave a comment down below, give the video a thumbs up, and share it with your crochet besties. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time we publish a video or go live. I hope to see you in the next stitch tutorial for the Christmas Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along. I'll see you then. Bye!